Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We got some more standard, and this time we're going to be playing some mono green Landfall, but with a couple of new cards in it that should be pretty impactful and make the deck play a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to this one. As you can see, pretty short and tight deck list here, so it shouldn't be a surprise, but we're starting with some Llanowar Elf because, well, green creatures and mana, you know the drill. We do have some Shaja's Chocobo because we will be doing some landfall-y things. Badger Mole Cub, which hasn't been in a deck in a minute for us, I think. So this would be fun. We do have some Esper Origins to help us dig and find what we want. Also gets us some extra mana. Maybe give some stuff Overrun when we're able to get those powers up really big. Overrun being letting your stuff trample and getting some kind of boost. If you're old head, you know. Earthbender Ascension obviously helps us get land and turns our lands into creatures. We do get Mutable Explorer. This is the first new card we're going to be playing, partly because not only does it make you a creature, it makes you a land. So also triggers all our stuff, which is super nice. And the land can also be a creature. We have Ice Still Explorer, so if we do have stuff in the graveyard, we could replay them. Of course, Might Form Harmonizer. This has been the way almost all the landfall decks have started to shift over to at least the top tier competitive ones. So you can double up the power of whatever creature whenever you have a land into the battlefield. Combined with Ice Still Explorer, some fetch lands, obviously you kind of see how that all goes together. And then we're playing a couple copies of Sapling Nursery. This is one that I think is just a really cool card. Whenever you have a land entered, you get a 3/4 Tree Folk in addition to all your other triggers, but you can also pay 2 and sacrifice this enchantment. Tree Folk and force you control gain indestructible until end of turn. So you get a little bit of defense for some of your other cards, which is also super nice. You know what? I'm going to go to 61 and play as third one of these in here. I'll have to craft that. That's fine. We'll make that happen. Boom. There we go. And then our lands is just a bunch of forests, 4 escape tunnels, 4 Fable Passage, and 2 Boss Seeing Say. So we can pump up those lands as well as just go search those lands out. So it should be a fun one to play. We'll see how impactful these new cards are. But y'all know the drill. If you want to buy any new stuff, go check out our friends over at Tales Adventure. You can save 5% on all your Magic stuff. Like, seriously, just use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. Saving money while you get your collectibles is always a good thing. For now, though, let's go see if these new cards actually change up how Landfall plays. But yeah, we'll keep it and see how this goes. I mean, it's one of those hands where, like, Ice Still Explorer doesn't look great because it's just dude with no lands in the graveyard. Away goes a Llanowar Elf. Oh, that's fun. I think I'm going to play another elf. And see if we can get a land in our hand off of this. Alright, ooh, it's a Fable Passage even. Just in time for an Ice Still Explorer. Fantastic. And the reason I didn't play Badger Mole Cub there is if there's another removal, it'll go after Llanowar Elf. And if there's not, fine. You know, we're kind of good to go. Interesting. Zach Fair into Agatha Soul Cauldron. Wonder what this is cooking up. So, if we do this first, we'll just get it back and then we could crack it again. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn that into a creature. So we could crack it, get another land. That comes back onto the battlefield. Then we could play this. Oh, and then reuse Fable Passage again, which is kind of gross. I'm into that, though. That seems like fun. Let's do it. And then we'll play this. And not only that, we get to use the Fable Passage with the Sapling Nursery. Oh, this is going to be a good turn next turn. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent's deck does. I feel like we're probably going to get surprised and get blown out by something crazy. But I'm here for it, you know? Genova. We've played that in a deck a while ago. Not recently, but cool card. Alright. Ooh, and another Earthbender Ascension. Wow. Okay, then. I guess we go Sapling Nursery? Oh, I guess I could have played the land. Well, nah, I want to get the extra 3/4. Could have played the land first to make it cheaper, but it doesn't really matter. Alright. Those all trigger. Get its a 3/4 body. And then I guess we play this and go get another land, right? Why not? Like, just cuz? Yeah, this is a crazy board state right now. Yeah, opponent. Looks like it's your go. Whatever crazy thing you got, it's time to see it. I mean, we also could have cracked Fable Passes there, played Esper Origins. Like, there were still more options. Just if they do have a sweeper or something, I'd rather that just happen here. And then we can do whatever we want to do next turn. Since we have Ice Still Explorer and all that. Alright, so we're making a bunch of 1/1s. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is here. I mean, opponent's cooking up something. I just don't know what something is at the moment. Zach Fair's just going to be real big, I guess. All right, you got it. And that's it, huh? All right, sure. Let's do the thing. Get us some triggers, put counters on things. I guess we'll put it on one of these knuckleheads. Get another one of these. These trigger, get another body. Grow one of these. God, we have so much stuff happening right now. Let's go ahead and do this. We won't get the card the second time, because... Ooh. Ooh. I guess if we put that on top, that's a thing? They didn't want to remove that. Okay. I mean, we're casting it. Alright, well, we already knew what these were, so no surprise. We'll keep them in that order. Okay. We could just... I don't even think we really need to just do anything, actually. Let's just play a land. And counter. Counter? And I guess we just attack with a bunch of 4/5s here? Yeah. I mean, you can block or whatever, I suppose. I mean, if things get real gnarly, I could just sacrifice the Fable Passage. Yep, they're just going to take it. Alright, well, is this how we die? I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, you get to put counters on things. They just put them all on one creature. Okay, then. Felithar. Okay, get to put a counter on things. So this ended up just being like a Abzan +1/+1 counters thing. I was trying to play around a bunch of cards that apparently don't even exist in the opponent's deck, honestly. I would just think about like all the possible cards that they could have in those colors and things that could be going off, and like just nothing. No, none of those exist. And wait, so we're sacking Zach Fair? Oh, because you wanted to draw all the cards, I guess. Oh, that's fair. Okay. Well, we'll just see what happens, I guess. My opponent's at 4. We can definitely have way more than the number of attackers they have that are greater than 4 power, so that's fine. They have a bunch of mana here, though. They can still tap a bunch of things for green. So that's not nothing. They're adding a counter to something. And then doing nothing. All right, you have 3, 4, 5 blockers with some dumb number of mana available. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attackers. Okay, so I'm just going to take my turn. We have some spare mana here. I say we go ahead and just warp this guy. Then we play a Mutable Explorer. And I'm just going to spread counters around. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, as it turns out, I probably could have won a turn sooner. I was just being a little bit defensive, not realizing what could happen there, but apparently it didn't matter. We just overwhelmed them with giant tree folk, which also, these are kind of like some of the gnarliest looking tree folk tokens. Like, not normally what you would expect. Okay, let's see what this does. I'm just going to go here. See if they have some chocobo removal. Oh, their land was tapped, so I'm assuming we're going to get to have some fun turns next turn. Alright. Want to deal 1 to all my creatures? No, it's a doll maker shop. Fun. Let's... So no matter what, we're going to play a land. And then... Do we just Mutable Explorer here? Or do we just play a 4/4 straight up? I mean, that's kind of real too. I think... Yeah, let's just do it. I'm just going to play this as is. Should have done that first before, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to do here. Would have got a couple more points in. Okay, well, can our Might Form Harmonizer get the job done by itself? Let's find out. Not quite. We're going to be a little bit short. Oh, nope, they're at exactly 16. Never mind. It will get the job done. Thanks. Alright, good times. Yeah, for the record, this is the scariest card in the deck. Like, I know Badger Mole, blah, blah, whatever. Like, once this thing is on board, there's a reason a lot of people don't cast this outright. Like, they almost always want to warp it on the turn. They're going to try to do silly stuff. Like, this card ends the game out of nowhere so many times. This will be fun. Let's see what the opponent does here. I think... If I play Llanowar Elf gets removed. We're just on Esper Origins. I'm going to do this. I think we're on Esper Origins anyway on 2, so I'm fine just settling on that. I mean, our creature's gone one way or the other. It's the way I was viewing it. Yep. As we suspected. So not a surprise. Then I think next turn, I'm going to go with something like Earthbender Ascension. Well, I mean, not next turn. Turn 3. Obviously, next turn, we're on Esper Origins, barring something surprising coming off the top of the library. All right. So, still sticking with the plan here. I think we just take the life Esper Origins. A Nursery. I don't think we want that necessarily. I'll put a Nursery in our hand, though. I think that's worth the draw there. Because we get to Earthbender Ascension, go get a creature, or turn a land into a creature. We could just Mutable Explorer, though. Is that more worth it? Because if we Mutable Explorer... No. Either way, we get another land. But we're going to take a lot of damage next turn. Explorer gets us a body. We can play a thing. We could play... Yeah, I think we do this to get the extra forest. It was a tight call, though. I don't think it was obvious by any stretch. And then we'll just see if we're not dead. That's basically what this is going to come down to. I don't know if there's a way we survived this. Our draw was pretty slow. But... Ooh, actually, you know what? Other than them getting a +1/+1 here, I don't mind that happening, actually. Because we might want those extra counters on creatures later. So that kind of helps us. Alright, so... Problem is, I just don't know if we're going to have enough life, is the issue. Like, if they have one more removal card or something that gives the thing flying, I don't know if we can overcome that. So we can get another forest, make this just cost 4, and then that would leave us 2 mana to get 2 life, but we wouldn't get a thing. So are we best just going... I guess go here. Get a land. Play this. Get another land. Play a Llanowar Elf. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to survive this. The answer is probably not. But we'll see. Because I have to assume at least one of those cards in hand is some kind of removal. And that means at best we get to chump block the Scavenger. And then we kind of just have to figure out things from there. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Oh, nope, here comes the removal card. I was going to say, like, if that's all they're doing... Oh, nope. Okay. So it's probably the enchantment that gives something +1 or whatever, right? And hexproof. So no matter what, we're going to block the 4. The question is, can we just get enough to survive if we do anything else? Like, if we just keep Llanowar Elf, does that matter? Because we could go... play Nursery after we fetch a land. Well, even just play Nursery, fetch, have Llanowar Elf, play one of these, get a 3/4. Probably not. We're going to try anyway, though. See if we top deck a land. Those are going to be our blocks. Alright. I think that's all they have in hand. It's the instant speed enchantment that gives something hexproof and +1. Yeah, we're not worried about that. It's the other card that's the concern. I mean, we're down to 3 now, though, so I just don't even think we could get enough life or make enough blockers. It's going to be our bigger problem. Our land can also be a blocker, by the way. One of our lands, anyway. If we play this turn... If we play this, get the forest, then this still costs 4. We could tap things, but then we can't get a land. We could do this, and then have 3 land available. That gets us 2 life to put us to 5. We could get 2 more life. Ugh, this is so tough, man. Alright, I'm going to crack this now. There's also worlds where we put, you know, bossing, say, activating a thing. Like, that's possible. I think we do this. If there's a land on top... Oh, man. Alright, I think we gotta. We at least get 2 life out of it. Maybe we get to keep our head above water a little bit longer. Oh, it's a Mutable Explorer. I only have 3 lands left, though. Man, I was kind of hoping one of these would have been a land. I don't think that's going to get us there. I mean, I guess we take that. It's a tough one. I don't love it. Not going to lie. Don't love it. If we go to 7, and we assume that other card is what it is, it's basically a +2, right? So we block, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just dead. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think that's what the card is. I think we're gone anyway here. Yeah, we needed that sooner. That's no good. I'm just going to do it like this in the weird event that it's not what we think it is and we're somehow alive, but I don't see it. I mean, there's so many ways this is bad for us. Like, there's so many combinations of... Oh, wait, they're tapping out for that guy? Okay. We don't hate that, though. This gets us a turn I wasn't expecting to have. So that's something. Alright. And we got rid of their best creature, so that counts for something, right? So is there a world where we do this, we get 2 blockers. Not quite enough. We could do this and fetch, so then this only costs 3. And then that leaves up 3 mana. I don't think that gets us there either. Dang it. We're going to end up having to cast another one of these, I think. Is the only way we don't die. Man, our lands were just barely wrong here. Oh, that's tough. Oh, no. How do we do this? Before we get 1, 2 bodies. But then we can't do anything with the mana because this is tapped, right? So we can only block 2 things, we lose. If we play one of these, we go to 4. I guess we have to do this first. I can't see another way around it. Much as I wanted to wait on this, but I think this costing 3? No, it's still not going to do it. We're going to be a blocker short, no matter how we do it. Because even if we do this, that puts us up to 3 life, and then I can't cast anything else. Yeah, we're just barely short, man. No matter how we looked at it. That's tough. Yep, not quite enough. Alright, GG's. We were on the cusp. We just need a slightly faster draw. Yeah, this is a keeper. Interesting. We got double Chocobos. And a Plunderer. Plunderer is an interesting card because I kind of like what it does in some ways, and there's a lot of times I want to build around it and do some other fun things. But ultimately, it just ends up getting me into trouble. Alright, and you're giving me some treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite enough. Oh, they didn't even want to attack there. Wow. Let's go ahead and Might Form Harmonizer? I don't know if it's worth just playing straight up or not here. I think I am. I think I'm just going to play it. Just use the treasure they gave us. If they get rid of it, then, like, so be it. We have another one. We got backups. Parting Gust. Love it. I guess I could have cracked this in response, but it's fine. End result will be similar enough. Get in there, team. Alright, they go to 12. I mean, they could sweep the board here, right? You have a split up. Would be reasonable. Dollmaker Shop, yeah. And Delny. So you're going to make 2 bodies? And ping us twice? Oh, you only make 1 body and ping us twice. Yeah, that's way less exciting. Ooh, can I 1, 2, 3 use their treasure? Yeah. I guess it doesn't do that much, though, because I'm only going to play 1 land, right? I guess in that case, we're better off just casting it. Alright, let's crack this for green. And then we'll just play a land. Make that one double. And, yeah, we'll attack. Yeah, we'll just save the token to block. That's just greedy for no reason. Oh, opponent just said whatever. Game's over. Fine. Alright, let's keep it. Let's go Chocobo. Alright, can we outrace this? Let's go Chocobo. Let's pump Duders. I mean, it's going to be tough to race on the draw. I don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to try our best. Alright, get in there. Alright, Lewin, fill up the graveyard. Alright, so far, nothing super scary in there. Oh, they also missed a land drop. That's big. Let's play this. Pump our Duders. Play this, pump our Duders. So, Explorer goes and gets a land. Or actually makes a land. Attacking. Yeah, obviously that's just going to be on chump block duty here. Alright, we might be able to do this, y'all. Waken the Undead kills a 4/5. If we just play Might Form Harmonizer, do we win? Make this into a 5, into a 10, into 11? No. It's not going to do it. If we play this, we get to replay this. I don't think they get to beat us here, though, because then you just turn Cavero into, like, an Overlord? Well, I guess it depends on what this flips and if they have a land on top, right? There's a lot of variables here. We make this into a 5, into a 10. Yeah, it's just not enough. All right, I guess we got to do it this way. Well, if I activate... No, that's still not enough. All right. Got to be what it is, I guess. Crack this. I mean, just doing what we can here. Yeah, I'm just in it here. I mean, we're in it to win it now. I probably want to keep that since I have Might Form Harmonizer, I think. In case something happens to our Ice Tail Explorer. Okay, so they just put another Cavero and some lands in there. Fair enough. Don't hate this situation. Formidable Speaker, we're all good here, folks. Yep. Alright. I think once we get this down, that should be plenty indicator that we're good here. Alright. And crack one of the... Yeah, we'll just go through the motions, but this should do it. They do have one blue on tap, so we have to spread these points around just in case. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, they're saying GG's. Alright. Cool. Yeah, the reason I would say we had to spread them around, I was going to put the next double up on the Explorer and then double up again. And then maybe even activate Bossing Say, potentially. But the reason was, like, this could have been a, you know, one of the one blue mana things, bounce your creature. So it's like if they bounce and block and then, you know, whatever. So this worked out pretty well, though, all things considered. Yeah, I mean, opponent stumbled a little bit on there, and the first couple of mills were not great. So there's ways they could have won this very easily. But, you know, you take them where you can get them. Oh, boy. You know what? I don't think this hand's great, but we're going to keep it. Oh, definitely not great against that. We might be in trouble here, folks. We kept a slow hand against a very fast deck. Okay, fortunately, they don't seem to have the crazy fast starts. So that's good. I mean, it means next turn's probably going to be crazy. Oh, you know what? Next turn probably means they're going to have Aang, and there's not going to be a lot we can do about it. Ooh, land is not what we wanted there. Oh, no. Oh, I think we got to get rid of these. We got to find more business cards. Man, that's tough because I don't think we get to resolve this Earthbender Ascension next turn. Oh, okay. They're being more progressive here. Proactive here, I should say. I mean, those actually, they could also still just cast Aang here, though, because, yeah, it looks like they have it, so that's tough. All right, well, we got to walk into it. Yeah, we're not surprised, right? We knew that was there. All right, so we get to play that next turn into what, though? Like, just gain 2 life? Yeah. All right, that's a lot of damage. I mean, another Aang is pretty bad, though. Looks like they have it. But they're choosing not to use it. They're going to bounce our stuff here? Oh, allies at last. Guess I'll tap it for green. I mean, we're not dead, but we don't really have a way to win. Actually, hold on. We have 3 land. We get to play a land next turn. I'm just trying to think if we Harmonizer for 3. Nope, that's going to use all of our mana. That doesn't really work. I think we still have to take Earthbender Ascension. I just don't know if we need the land that's behind it. Probably not. Okay. Let's see if somehow we don't die in 2 turns. Well, they still have another playable card here. And that's 9, so we'd be down to 6. This could be whatever the Battlefront... Oh, no, you're just... Okay. Yeah, that hits. Alright, well, that is a bigger problem. However, this thing, it does trample, but it doesn't fly. Put a counter on each tapped creature you control. Okay. Now, though, it means we can't let more than one thing through on the attack step, so that's a bigger issue. Just play that doesn't do enough. If we play this, we get to play another land out of the graveyard, but that doesn't work. We could play this to get 2 life to go to 10, but that doesn't really cut it. So some version of... Yeah, I don't think we have anything. Yeah, we're just dead. All right, GG's. We kept a slow hand and got punished. Ooh, we go first. We're keeping it for sure. I think I'm going to go get a land first here. And then depending on what we draw on our first draw, we'll have some thinking to do on whether we're playing Badger Mole or Esper Origins. I think if we have something to play after the Cub... Oh, we're just up against a Badger Mole deck. So we're probably just going to play Badger Mole then. But we'll see. Alright, just escape tunnel. Yeah, let's go for it. Alright, got your own cub? Nope, they have a Bramble Familiar. Still have 1 mana available that they chose not to use, but had something they could play. So that's worth noting. If we go for Ice Tail Explorer here, what's our benefit? I guess it's worth it. Because we're not attacking otherwise, right? And then we'll just see where this leaves us. Okay, didn't lose anything too crazy. I kind of do want to attack here. Actually, you know what? There was a 1 mana thing they couldn't play. It could be like Snakeskin Veil or something, so never mind. Man, if we could just draw our Harmonizer, that would make this next turn or two a lot easier. Because we could Harmonizer, Fable Passage, search for a land, play Mutable Explorer, get another land. Heck yeah, this could be really good if we find one. Oh, that's concerning. Opponent opted to do nothing. And we just drew a escape tunnel. I mean, we can use escape tunnel to make something unblockable. That is a real thing that still exists. Don't necessarily want this. But I don't mind having a Sapling Nursery on top. That's very cool. Oh, I forgot. It was going to mill to the grave when I played a land. Oh, I messed up. I messed up, folks. That was bad. I needed that Sapling Nursery. Oh, no. Ah, well. Make mistakes, live and die by them, right? Alright. I will attack with this, though. If they do have it, great. You got me. Nope, they're just going to take 2 here. Alright. Instant speed something? Oh, they're going to go search. Yeah. Probably going to get Ouroborid. No, getting a Badger Mole Cub. Interesting. Gonna play another one? No, you only have access to 1 mana here. Oh, it's Defend the Rider. That's what it was. Alright, that makes sense. Still a good card. Nothing to hate on. Alright, now you have 6 more mana. I guess the plan was to try to find a Crater Hoof there. They were just going all in on the plan. Groin Rights, you have more mana. Okay. Sure. Oh, well, the deck bailed us out anyway. Sometimes things were just meant to be. Let's go ahead and play this. We will take an Earthbender Ascension, though. And then play the other one of these. Make us a 3/3. Go ahead and crack the other one. Ooh, a Ba Sing Se. That's nice. How many cards are left? 37. Alright. Still have a ton of forest left. Love that. We're just going for it here. Now I don't care as much about what they could get. Alright. And we'll attack. Actually, I can attack with this and with this if we wanted to, right? As long as they don't draw a Crater Hoof, nothing else matters here, right? When we got a pile of 3/4s blocking. I mean, if they just top deck Hoof, then, like, congrats, I guess. Defend the rider. All right. Yep. Badger Mole. Wow, put the growing rights at risk. But I guess you can put it back into play flipped and go search for a guy. So that makes sense. Makes it to where it almost doesn't feel good to attack. Why is opponent saying oops? I don't think they oopsed. Ugh, did not want Badger Mole Cub. Oh boy, what can we do here? I mean, we can make a lot of dudes, pump a lot of dudes. I mean, I guess we could pump enough that they're encouraged to block, but they will get to search. I don't know, this feels kind of rough. Not gonna lie, y'all. I do not feel confident about this. I mean, we have nothing spell-wise, so I'm just loading up the board as best I can here. Okay, that's something. It's worth putting some thought into. Okay. Alright. Then we'll play another one of these. Now we can start putting counters on stuff. So let's make one of them... I don't even think it matters. Sure. Another bossings, eh? Make it you, I guess. Then we'll cast this to get more life. Just toss both of these in the yard. Don't care. Because as soon as they get Crater Hoof, we're wrecked here anyway, right? What did we draw off that? Oh, another land? That's not great. Oh, it was just Esper Origins on top. Alright. Well, go attacking, I suppose. Oh, I put the counter on the new Badger Mole. That was terrible. Not that it changes much greatly. Actually, not you. You don't do much. Yeah, alright. Everybody get in there. They at least got to block some things, so... even if they are able to get Crater Hoof, I think we're okay. Because that's a lot of damage. You have to block a lot to not die here. Like, they get to keep the Cubs. But that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21 still getting through. So 18 getting through. Yeah, alright, cool. Excellent. Yeah, the biggest thing there was figuring out just, I need to attack with enough that even if this flips and they can find a Crater Hoof, we're okay. Because if they have to bounce one of these to get a Crater Hoof and discard whatever they draw, like, that's fine. Their mana would be low enough. But here, even if the opponent... you would have to block at least 2 more things, right? Because this is 6. Those are getting blocked. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 6 more, 17. So they need to block 2 more things, realistically. So that would mean some number of these Bramble Familiars and or Badger Moles are going to have to block. So then even if they get Crater Hoof, you only have, what, 4 creatures out? And you'd be tapping the Familiar. Actually, we wouldn't even have enough to cast Crater Hoof at that point. So yeah, then it becomes a non-issue. So yeah, crazy that could have got away from us, but we got a little bit lucky. So we'll take that. Oh yeah, so where does that leave us? There was a lot of fun stuff that happened in this deck. If anything, I would say, I think, well, this plays, what, 26 land? I think 20, so 16, 20, 24, 25, and 6. Yeah, I think we could cut to probably 25 to give us room for something. And we could go back down to 2 Nursery to play maybe 2 things that deal with graveyards, right? Because whether it's just the Reanimator deck or the Lessons deck, having something for graveyards could be good. And that might even just be something simple as like Keen-Eyed Curator, I think is a thing if you wanted to go that way. I'll put that on screen here. But this could be fine. Just pay your mana, exile stuff from graveyards. Totally reasonable answer you could go with, and I think it solves your problem against most decks. Maybe even try to find a way to get a third one in. Maybe play one less Mutable Explorer, you know, to play another Keen-Eyed Curator. So I could see that being a thing where if you went like -1 here, -1 here, -1 here, and then you play 3 Curators, I think that's fine. I think it also depends on how concerned about graveyards are you, right? If you're willing to play shields down and not care and just go for it, then cool. You're probably pretty good. But you are right now, as the deck stands, pretty weak to graveyard decks. So something, if you want to make that change, that's available to you. So if you go to download this, which you should, the link's going to be over on Moxfield, where you should be hosting your deck list too. But if you download this and decide to play it, keep that in mind that if you are seeing a lot of graveyard decks, then make that change to swap out those 3 cards, get you those Keen-Eyed Curators into the deck list. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of graveyardy stuff, but you could, because there's also the Golgari Elf graveyard stuff. There's the one we ran into that stumbled a little bit, the Sultai graveyard list, and then, of course, Lessons. So if you run into those, you will need those cards. But otherwise, yeah, this was fun. I think it was a fun change of pace. You could do some bigger things. You could survive sweepers a little better, I think, than some of the other Landfall decks, because you go a little bit taller and wider with the Sapling Nurseries. So yeah, fun stuff all around. But yeah, check it out. Have fun with it. That's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.